Hello and welcome to the Forbidden Talk, Stereotypes. If you haven't seen my Decaying Winter series of the same name, then let me break it down real quick for you. These stereotypes are jokes, not to be taken seriously, and are purely for entertainment. Now who's ready to poke some fun? First up is the... Now, if you play the Assault class, you basically have two mindsets. The first one being, I appreciate having extra ammo, which means I don't have to buy ammo as often as other classes, and I also have a relatively higher base damage and crits, so I can lead the charge if my teammates need it, or I can lurk and clear anomalies when there's extra time, although there hardly ever is in later hazard levels. Or, this is my gun. Yeah, this is the Bullets and Storm class specialization, and that is a dead anomaly! There are other subthoughts in the Assault class, but I don't think we're talking about them today. The Speedrunner. You're speedrunning to hazard level 100? Simple as that. Well, besides the time management, ammo management, health management, shield management. Do I need to go through all of it? No, I don't think so. The Soloist. You're soloing to hazard level 100. A lot of these have to do with hazard level 100, huh? And you're a strong, independent assault that don't need no Archangel, Tower, or friends. Huh. Friends. The I love the classes, perks, stats, specialization. You used the class once, got used to its quicker reload and overall easier gun use, many of us do, don't worry, and can now no longer live without it. I know the towers got their easier gun control as well, but still. The Gun Lover. You like guns. You like shooting things from afar. Yeah, that's it. The Pistolier. You're comboing the pistol skill decks with the crit of the Assault class. It's pretty powerful. Oh wait, my bad, there's supposed to be a joke. You like to finger. The trigger. I mean, of course, what else could it be? Now we have the Refuser of Melee Weapons. You despise melee, because come on, the class isn't even buff melee. Or in the very least, it's a last resort. Like a shove, or like a punch, or just you pull out your little bar knife and kill things. Yeah, whatever. The Maxer. You're maxing out the Assault class for a video. Wait a second. The Content. You're willing to accept that you don't have to be a frontliner, and that your real strength comes from the heart. And by that, I mean shooting anomalies in the head and dealing potentially tons of damage, but hey, potato tomato. The ammo that never runneth out. Need 10mm? Or .305? Ooh, how about 7.62? You know what, you can have all of it because they'll always be chucking ammo boxes at your face. Just keep on shooting those anomalies. Oh no, you run out of ammo? Well, pray that this guy comes. Oh no, now you're spraying down a horde? Well, you've already prayed for them to come, and their ability is on cooldown, and now you're out of ammo. I guess it's time you run. Soldier 67. After being rejected for using a healing item similar to He Who Shall Not Be Named, they've brought their healing gear to the world of A-888. They'll be using the supportive skills of the Assault class, such as Plate Repair Kit, Heavy Carrier, and Invil Mini Med Pack to rival the utility that the Tower and Archangel can bring, albeit less effective than either one in their own specific field. However, this does not mean that Soldier 67s are useless at fighting. In fact, they may even be better than those other selfish Assault mains who only bring skills that affect one's own damage output. The DPS main. Unlike Soldier 67s, you, well, I guess I did just call you selfish, but that's because in most cases, you can make up for the lack of supportive skills you chose not to bring. Just make sure to drop that ammo box once in a while because it's for the team, not just for you. This message was approved by Josh. The Sniper. They'll be lurking in the shadows, ready to kill any high target monster. But basically, they just sit in the back line and kill things. Yeah, we'll go with that instead. Sounds less cool, but that's basically what they do. The Assault Masterclass Approver. They think that only mere mortals use melee weapons, and that mortals should fear the day when a legendary Assault player will be able to put melee weapons such as the HF Blade, Karambit, or heck, even the twin Blackdown pistols as a bayonet. That's right, as a bayonet. And while we're at it, let me put a laser and bipod on my HF Blade. These hidden anomalies better watch the backs because now I'm the hunter. This next guy though, he's not even close to a hunter. All he does is heal people. Next is the Archangel, who, as we all know, is your rather basic healer who's got some trick up their sleeves, and by some tricks, I mean frickin' otherworldly powers, because honestly, who would expect the healer to have solo potential? Archeximus, that too. Guess we all got bamboozled. So, as Archangel, you're basically of two mindsets. Wait a second, didn't we just do this? We did? But it was for the Assault class? Why the heck is this intro similar to the Assault? Okay. So you're telling me every class has two mindsets that fall into either an offensive, defensive, or supportive role depending on which class they are? Well then what the heck is this video for? Oh, that's all we have to tell them. You don't know. That's it, you're fired. Get out of here. Sorry about that. I had some confusion with the scriptwriter. Not a very clever fellow, that one. Where were we? Ah, that's right. The Archangel's Stereotypes. The angel above all angels. You want to make sure your team stays alive. You don't care if you have to die to do it. You're going to make sure your tower is healthy, your assault is buffed, and that your specialist and technician are, okay. I mean, they're just zone coverage. It's not like they can definitely very much be clutch in bad situations. Nah, no way. And to do this, you've equipped every specialization that will help you complete your objective in becoming the ultimate support. The I don't trust you as much as I trust myself, Archangel. You're fine with healing teammates, but you've had some bad experiences, and you've probably chosen Protocol War, not only because it'll keep you alive, but it also does a really dang good job of doing it as well. That is, if you don't miss your shots, or melee hits. The Berserker. This Archangel knows how strong the buffs from their invul shots are, and are willing to take damage to dish it back. They've probably got Adrenaline Shot and Berserker Essence equipped in the Archangel's class specialization. Just, don't die, otherwise you'll make the other Archangels look bad. In other words, they're a glass cannon you don't want to mess with. That is, unless you have a gun and they're low on HP, then maybe, just maybe, you can send them to be with their gods, like a good angel would want. So, in reality, you'd be doing them a favor. The Selfish Joel. That's right, I just made a new word, you're welcome. But for real, this guy only heals themselves and may even taunt you when you're low. X is the only button their invul shots know, so good luck if you run into one of these guys. Or if you run into Josh, who apparently doesn't know how to switch out of his combat syringes. The Savior. This Archangel player is similar to the Angel above all angels in the fact that they play a support role. However, unlike the Angel above all angels, they'll rush over the second they see you've taken damage. A scratch, they're going to put a band-aid on it and give you like everything you need to heal. Are you low and need to heal? Well, you can bet that you'll see them stim over and pop you an invul heal, most likely taking damage along the way to save you. Just you. All that damage they've taken for you. So remember to say thanks if they heal you. The TF2 install. These guys quit the second they realized there was no Kritzkrieg, Ubersaw, and Crusader's Crossbow. Not the game's fault, they just installed the wrong game. The Surgeon. One word. Melee powerhouse. Wait, that's two. They will take full advantage of the melee skill decks and combine that with the Archangel's offensive capabilities, taking down any foe that dares get close enough. Although not as tanky as the Knight, who you'll sometimes see as well, they're just as dangerous, if not more. The only thing that differentiates surgeons is their preference of tool. Some may prefer a long blade, while others may want to carve up their enemies with precision. I swear I'm not a serial killer. Unlike this next guy though, they're kind of weird. They take pictures of a lot of things and I'm kind of scared for their mental health, but I'm not going to deal with them because they actually might be a serial killer. The Specialist. Ooh, the Specialist. I like to call this class an overpaid cameraman, but to be fair, cameramen nowadays are getting wilder and wilder, so mad respect. The Tripper. Not stripper, but tripper. You can always trust that the camera tripwires are set in smart, defensible, and maybe even you can do that areas. What does that mean? Well, you can have a good game, and you probably won't have to worry about your back, because if the cameras don't have your back, you can bet they're watching it themselves. As in, to make sure nothing attacks you. It'd be weird if they're literally watching your back. Moving on. The Sentry Comboer. Take the Tripper and scale it to 200% because they'll always play around in Technician's turrets, or vice versa, which is pretty smart because it makes for efficient kill zones rather than scattered, kinda safe, but you still might die zones. So when you see the flash of their cameras, you can bet that's not a religious being, that's actually the specialist you should keep alive if you want to be able to buy weapons and ammo without the worry of being torn to shreds. But if you want to be torn to shreds, you don't have to keep them alive, that's fine. The underpaid cameraman, so similar to the support role the Archangel plays, they'll always play around you, but rather than healing you the same way an Archangel can, they'll give you openings to take out droves of enemies with their flashes. Pair them up with an assault or a simple grenade, and entire hordes can be taken on. Well, as long as the camera batteries stay alive. The Informer. Now, they're not as cool as a Transformer, or as big as one, but they're just as useful. The Specialist will highlight enemies through walls so none of the team gets jumped, pretty straightforward, thinking them as a scout who will keep you alive from some nasty jump scares. So, stick with this guy if you don't want your adrenaline to overpump your brain and make it explode. The Photogenic. You can bet they'll be running all the class specializations that increase the reliability of the self-stun the specialist gets, which is understandable because the self-stun they get is low-key one of the strongest damage preventers in the game. Also, you can almost bet they'll be running flash aperture or incendiary film with light elements to boost their DPS and overall survivability. If you don't like flashing lights, stay away from this person because even worse, they might ask you if you want a selfie with them. Human interaction. I'm okay. But our next class is a little bit better of human interaction as they literally have to tank it. So, Tower. Here we come. As with most games that have a class system, there's a tank build, and in A-888, the Tower is our good old faithful in that regard. They're probably going to be taking the most damage in all scenarios, or at least the ones faithful to the class's name will. Anyways, let's begin. The Tower, you realize this is literally what the class's name is, don't you? I fired the last scriptwriter. Do you think I want to do the same? Do you think it sounds cool? You know what I think about that? I think you're actually kind of right. I mean, come on. A human who's able to be a defiant wall against the... Ooh, I found a new name. You can keep your job. Sorry about that. I have been having really bad luck with scriptwriters. Where was that? Yes. Okay. This wall of human muscles and the will to survive will be your shield. Oh my gosh, resist the urge to change the name for the time. Resist the urge, Josh! As I was saying, they'll max out their skill decks and class specialization to maximize their taking potential. You will need to protect them once they get low, since these towers' regeneration is remarkably lower compared to the other classes, but once they're back to full power, you can bet it'll take a lot of corpse walkers to kill them. Because come on, it's not like there's night demons and whatnot that prowl the shadows. The Iron Man. Simply put, they're going to be chucking enemy plates whenever you say you do and don't need them. Did a corpse walker scratch your shin? Well, the Iron Man's going to shove a whole bunch of metal down your, well, you know, you. You'll never run out of enemy plates when they're around, is what I'm saying. The Iron Side. Why am I calling them the Iron Side? Well, that's because they've only got iron on one side. This tower has face-off equipped, so they'll easily be protecting your front. You just have to protect their butt. They're hoping that you, yes you, that guy with a little gun, can cover their flanks, because if not, that butt is right for the taking. The Last Stander, also known as the Stander of Lasting. They will take on the most ridiculous of fights and come out overwhelmingly victorious because they've got Point Break equipped, which you might not even know exists. So, when you ask them how they did it, they just say, because where I come from, we hunt death. Yeah, that doesn't sound edgy at all. Let's put that in the video. The Knight. 3 words. Big sword. Wait, that's 2. Dang it, where's the scriptwriter? This tower is equipped with all the necessary skills to cut an anomaly's head clean off its shoulders, given they have a head and shoulders. But hey, give them a horde and they'll gladly go to work. Give them a boss and they'll still gladly go to work. Give them a Toxwalker, well, that's when you can chuckle as they decide to either take the poison or ask for someone to kill it at range. Either way, the Knight is a force to be reckoned with. Too bad there's no plate armor skins, or like a skin that had enemy plates formed in a way that made it look like medieval armor, but it's really just modern armor made to mimic the medieval style. Huh. Sounds kinda cool. I thought the name sounded cool. This person thought Dark Knight will turn them into Batman. I mean, against humans, the skill would make them a powerhouse, but come on man, didn't you get the memo? We're fighting anomalies that can warp our reality, not the other way around. So you can reason for the anomalies all you want, that you're better or just as good as Batman, but I'm grabbing my shotgun just in case. But my shotgun, compared to this next class, doesn't even compare. I mean, sometimes it can if I'm close enough, but, I mean, like, they can do stuff like...
Building a sentry.
Too overused? No, it's not. Isn't it something like a...
Dispenser going up.
Whoa, something just took over the video. What the frick just what? Oh no, it's coming back. Are we good? Okay, I think we're good. Alright, the technician. The best defense is a good offense. Ha! Bet you expected me to start with the area denial technician type, didn't you? Well, consider yourself surprised because this technician is the complete opposite. They do clear out areas with relative ease, but they do it on the go, constantly, so as a bystander, you'll never truly know which areas are safe until you see their turret's laser, or you hear the gun going peep 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 peep. The Archangel main in disguise. Technician has read through the Technician's class specializations sheet, that is a lot of words to say, and has realized that they can do just as good as an Archangel at their own game, simply by equipping Symbiotic Armor, I like the wordplay, a skill which can regenerate any nearby merc's armor. Although upon this realization, they may instead ditch the class entirely and become a dedicated Archangel of the Inbuilt religion that has been rising in popularity these past few weeks. The Tinkerer. This technician may die a lot, meaning you'll have to recall them back a lot as well, but every time you recall them, they come back with minor tweaks to their turret, eventually finding a sweet spot that maximizes the effectiveness of the turret, or they just tweak it because why not? They own the turret. I mean, come on, you got access to micro missiles, regular caliber rounds, and a literal shotgun turret. Might as well get creative with it and see what you like. If you ask me what I'd choose, I'd say the micro missiles because nothing beats a good explosion. The home is safe, safe is good. They won't ever leave their turrets. They believe in the age-old turtling tactic where your turret is what keeps you alive, thus you should stick by it through thick and thin. And this can be good, but it can also be horrendous when you just need another set of hands. I mean, the sentry's not going to give you one. And if their turret placement actually isn't that good, and you do see an anomaly spawn behind them, well, you can be a good person and tell them that it's just spawned behind them, but if you're sick of the playstyle, well, you can just let nature take its course. In other words, you're on your own when scavenging in the far wide world beyond the shop, but when you're back at the shop, oh, well, you can certainly expect an average player to maybe watch your back if they're actually paying attention. The AFK Guard. You want me to what? Okay, I'm coming. Okay, I know. Simple name, simple description. They'll hop into the match, throw down their turret or turrets, make some place, most likely where the shop is, safe, and then go away from the keyboard, also known as AFK, while their turret snatches them some easy kills. Too bad they don't know that it's faster to just farm supply stations and anchors. Actually, you know what, let's not tell them yet, I still want experience points. The bet you can't tank this. Similar to the best defense is a good offense, they'll be good at denying enemies in an area. Well, I mean, honestly, I don't think it's possible to not be good at denying enemies in an area when you get a turret with literal aimbot. This technician has beefed the crap out of their turret with missiles, a faster fire rate, and Alexa, wait, I mean Siri. Oh, come on, what's it called again? Ah, that's what it's called. And buffing their turret with Kira Smart Aim, making for a mean, lean, anomaly killing machine. What their turret lacks in numbers, it makes up for in pure power. Just be glad that these turrets can't hit friendlies. Oh, imagine if they could. This would be a much different game. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, this video is just for fun. Stereotypes in real life are not for fun. Remember, this is a game. The stereotypes in here, if they do apply to you, do not have to determine how you play the game. Just like real life, make sure to differentiate all of it. Do not categorize people just because of a stereotype. Okay, learn to enjoy life a little bit. Have fun. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, in or night, in or morning, in or evening, in or midnight. Bye-bye.
Bye. Subscribe. You don't have to, but you should.
Bye.
Yeah. Ah!